They walk in, shake your hand, smile just enough to seem warm but not desperate. The conversation flows. You're thinking, this is going well? You nod, you respond, you feel good. And then, without even realizing it, you've already made the biggest mistake of your career, because there's a red flag sitting right in front of you, hiding in plain sight. The kind no one warns you about. The kind that doesn't look like a red flag at all, until it's too late. You've heard about the obvious ones. The boss who dodges questions about company culture, the interviewer who seems distracted, disinterested, the sudden shift in tone when you mention salary. You've read the articles, you've watched the videos, you think you're prepared. But what if I told you that the biggest red flag isn't any of those? What if the thing that should make you run for the door is something far more dangerous, because it feels good? Here's the truth. The biggest red flag is when everything seems too perfect. When the hiring manager tells you exactly what you want to hear. When they say, "We're like a family here," with a rehearsed smile. When they praise you a little too much, a little too fast. When the job sounds just a little too amazing. You want to believe it. You need to believe it. But deep down, your gut is screaming, and you're too blinded by hope to hear it. This is how people get trapped. They accept jobs that destroy them. They ignore the subtle manipulation, the micro red flags that don't seem like red flags at all, the company that boasts about work-life balance but never actually talks about how they enforce it. The hiring manager who says, "We love innovation," but then brushes off your questions about how decisions are really made. The recruiter who rushes you through the offer process, subtly pressuring you, making you feel like you're lucky they're even considering you. So how do you protect yourself? How do you spot the lie before you fall for it? You ask the questions that make them uncomfortable. You ask, what's the biggest challenge people face in this role? And watch their reaction. If they hesitate, if they sugarcoat, if they dodge, run. You ask, can you tell me about a time someone failed here and how it was handled? If they say, we don't really have failures, we only have learning experiences, they're lying. You ask, how do you measure success in this role? If they give you vague, feel-good nonsense instead of concrete metrics, that's your sign. Because here's what no one tells you. Good companies don't try to sell you on the job. They don't try to dazzle you. They tell you the truth. They tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. They tell you, this job is rewarding, but it's also hard. They tell you, here's where people struggle, and here's how we help. They tell you, we have high expectations, but we set you up for success. They don't rush you, they don't flatter you, and they definitely don't try to manipulate your emotions. And yet, people ignore these warning signs every single day. They say yes to jobs that burn them out. They walk into traps with their eyes wide open because no one ever told them that the perfect job is the biggest lie of all. And 6 months later, they're crying in their car, wondering why they ever thought this would be different. But now you know. Now you'll see the signs. You'll recognize the too perfect pitch. You'll feel the hidden pressure. You'll know when they're selling you a dream instead of a job. And when that moment comes, you won't fall for it. You'll pause, you'll think, and you'll do something most people never do. You'll walk away. Because the right job, the right company, they don't need to trap you. They don't need to sell you a fantasy. They just need to tell you the truth. And when you find that, that's when you know you're in the right place.